Good morning. I am Divyendra Mondal. Today I am discussing about types of geothermal resources. Types of geothermal resources. Types of geothermal resources. Okay. First one we discuss about vapor dominated dry steam system. Vapor dominated dry steam system. Okay, vapor dominated dry steam system. Okay, dry steam field occur when the pressure is not much above the atmospheric pressure and the temperature is high. Water boils underground and generates steam at temperature of about 165 degrees centigrade. Okay, very high temperature, 165 degrees centigrade. Okay, and a pressure of about 7 atm. The most important known dry steam fields are the Giza region in California, okay, which may be the largest. The dry steam field at Ladderlow is especially ideal because its well produce virtually pure steam with no water. Okay, pure steam with no water. If you draw the dry steam hydrothermal system, okay, first one, this one is the, okay, this one, there is a production well, there is a production well, okay, production well, and there is a, this one is the solid matter, okay, this one is the solid matter, okay, and the arrow like that, okay, solid matter, and another one is the centrifugal separator, okay, centrifugal separator, okay, centrifugal separator and solid matter, okay, and one line dry steam, this one is the dry steam line, and go to saturated turbine, okay, saturated turbine, ST turbine, go to saturated turbine, okay, go to saturated turbine, and saturated turbine to generator, okay, very important, saturated turbine to generator, this is the generator, saturated turbine to generator, and another one line through non-condensable gases, okay, steam ejector, another one line steam ejector, okay, comes down and go to here, and there is another one line comes down, okay, comes down, this one is the condensate, there is a position of the condensate, there is a position of the condensate, condenser, here condensation process, condensate, okay, and there is a cooling tower, and this one is the cooling tower, okay, and this one is the excess water comes down. Excess water comes down. Okay, and go to the line like this arrow, and there is the condensation process. Okay, condensation process. Okay, there is a steam jet ejector. That one is the steam jet ejector. Steam jet ejector. Okay, and this one is the reinjection well. Reinjection well. Okay, reinjection well. So first one, as shown in figure, the steam is extracted from the well, cleaned in a centrifugal separator to remove solid matter, and then piped directly to turbine. The exhaust steam of the turbine is condensed in a direct contact condenser, in which the steam is condensed by direct contact with cooling water. The resulting warm water is circulated and cooled in a cooling tower and returned to the condenser. The condensation of steam continuously increases the volume of cooling water. Excess water is re-injected or at some distance deep into the ground for disposal. The major differences compared to conventional thermal steam plants are as follows. First one, the major difference compared to conventional thermal power plants. Okay, first one, the temperature and pressure in such plants are much less. Temperature and pressure are much less. Temperature and pressures are much less. Okay, about 165 degrees centigrade and about 7 atmospheric compared to that conventional thermal power plants. Okay, 165 degree centigrade and 7 atmospheric. Okay, compared to that in conventional thermal plants. Conventional thermal plants where these are about 540 degrees centigrade and about 160 atmospheric. 540 degrees centigrade and 160 atmospheric pressure. Okay, 160 atmospheric pressure. Okay, as a result, the efficiency of this plant is much less, about 15% compared to 35 to 40% in case of conventional thermal plants. Second one is the hydrothermal system produce their own cooling water, whereas in conventional thermal power plant makeup cooling water is required from an external source. Okay, hydrothermal system produce their own cooling water. Okay, own cooling water, whereas in conventional thermal plants makeup cooling water is required from an external source. Okay, third one is the in case of conventional thermal power plant, the steam is not mixed with non-condensable gases. Okay, conventional thermal plants, the steam is not mixed. Okay, steam is not mixed Steam is not mixed with non-condensable gases. With non-condensable gases. Okay, steam is not mixed with non-condensable gases. Okay, which are to be removed from the condenser. Okay. Now, the second one is the liquid dominated wet steam system. Liquid dominated wet steam system. Liquid dominated wet steam system. Wet steam system. Liquid dominated wet steam system. Okay. Steam plants offers the most cost effective technology when the resource temperature is above about 175 degrees centigrade. 175 degrees centigrade. However, it is under high pressure and remain in liquid state. The most developed such system is found at the Workferry fields in New Zealand. When water is brought to the surface and pressure is reduced, rapid boiling occurs and it flashes into steam and hot water. Okay. If you draw the single flash steam system, okay, first one is the production well, okay, production well, and there is a direct line to flash separator. Okay, direct line to flash separator. This one is the flash separator. Okay, flash separator, direct line to flash separator. Okay, and one is the hot, the liquid is the down, liquid, and vapor is up, vapor. Okay, vapor, and this one is the dry steam. Okay, dry steam. Okay, dry steam, and one is the saturated turbine. Saturated turbine. Okay, ST turbine, and there is a generator. Okay, saturated turbine and generator, and there is another one line comes down, and there is a condenser. Okay, condenser, and another one line goes to there, and one line cooling tower. There is a position of the cooling tower. Okay, this is the cooling tower. Okay, cooling tower, and one line goes to the condenser. Okay, so this one is the diagram. Okay, cooling tower, excess cooling water, arrow, and there is a re-injection well. Re-injection well. Okay, first one, the steam is separated and used to generate electrical power in the usual manner. The remaining highly saline hot water known as brine can be used for direct heat and then re-injected into the ground. In dual flush system, the steam is flushed a second time from the remaining hot fluid of the first stage, separated and fed into the dual inlet turbine or into two separate turbines. The efficiency of such a plant around 8%, very low. The single and dual flush systems are shown here. These types of plants are being used at Salton Sea in California. Okay. So, another one is the liquid dominated low temperature system. Liquid dominated low temperature system. Liquid dominated low temperature system. Okay, liquid dominated low temperature system. These resources are available at moderate temperature ranges of 90 degrees centigrade to 175, 90 degrees centigrade to 175 degrees centigrade. Okay, 175 degrees centigrade. This temperature is not enough for efficient flash steam production. A binary fluid system is employed where the heat of geothermal fluid is used to vaporize a volatile organic fluid such as isobutane under pressure in primary heat exchanger. The geothermal fluid is re-injected after extraction of heat. This vaporized fluid serves as a working fluid for the turbine. The exhaust vapor from the turbine is cooled and regenerative heat exchanger and then condensed in the condenser. Okay, if you draw this binary fluid hydrothermal system, if you draw binary fluid hydrothermal system, first one is the production well, this one is the production well, another production well. তাহলে for here production well, okay, production well, and this one is the primary heat exchanger. Primary heat exchanger. This one is the primary heat exchanger. One line is there, primary heat exchanger. Primary heat exchanger. And another one line, okay, another one line goes out and then turbine and then generator. This is the generator. Okay, this one is the turbine. Okay, one is the turbine, another one is the generator, and another one line regenerative heat exchanger. Here is that is the regenerative heat exchanger. Regenerative heat exchanger. Okay, regenerative heat exchanger. Okay, one line, and then goes to from here, then cooling tower. Okay, cooling tower. Okay, and then another one line here. Okay, cooling tower. This one is the condenser and another one is the cooling tower. Okay, here is the re-injection well. Re-injection well. Re-injection well. Okay. First one, these plants do not produce any steam, condensate, and have to rely on an external source for cooling water on air cooling. Okay, so here is the air cooling water. If you follow this one, this arrow, and outside, okay, this arrow, cooling water. Okay, the geothermal fluid is re-injected after extraction of heat. This vaporized fluid reserves as a working fluid for the turbine. The exhaust vapor from the turbine is cooled in the regenerative heat exchanger and then condensed in a condenser. The condenser liquid isobutane is returned to the primary heat exchanger by the way of regenerative heat exchanger. Okay, and another one is the hot water system hydrothermal resources. Hot water system, hot water system. Okay, hot water system. Hydrothermal reservoir, hot water system hydrothermal reservoirs of low moderate temperature 20 degree centigrade to 155 degree centigrade can be used to provide direct heat for residential and industrial uses. The hot water is brought to the surface where a heat exchanger system transfers its heat to another liquid, although the resources can be used directly if the salt and solid contact is low. The geothermal fluid is re-injected into the ground after the extraction of heat. Okay, the energy of hot water resource can also be utilized hybrid system. Okay, hybrid system consisting of a geothermal, conventional thermal, fossil fuel or biomass based system. In this system, a hot water resource is used to preheat feed water. Okay, to preheat feed water. Okay, to preheat feed water. Okay, to preheat feed water and or air for combustion. Geothermal heat replaces some or all of the feed water heaters depending upon its temperature. A 30 megawatt, okay, 30 megawatt geothermal wood waste hybrid plant is in operation at Honey Lake, California. Okay, geothermal wood waste hybrid plant, okay, situated in California. Okay, Honey Lake, California, since 1989. Okay, so this one is the hot water system hydrothermal reservoir. Okay, thank you.